Here we're going to take a look at a problem where unit rate will definitely help us work through a real life situation. It says, suppose you're considering buying a Prius and the salesman tells you that it will get 55 miles per gallon. Your friend has one and tells you that she drove 230 miles on 4.7 gallons of gas. Find your friend's unit rate for fuel consumption to compare to what the salesman claimed. Right? So you just want to see practically, what is someone who has one of these cars getting in terms of fuel consumption. Okay, and so first of all, understand that when we say something like 55 miles / gallons, right? That sideways slash there is the same as saying 55 miles over gallons or miles per gallon. Okay, so these are one and the same if you see this notation. So we just want to see, okay, how many miles does our friend get for every 1 gallon? So we need to find our friend's unit rate. Right, so we can simply do that by, well, this is in 55 miles per gallon or miles over gallons, so that means I'm going to want to take 230 miles over 4.7 gallons. It's important that we understand which number goes on top, which number goes on bottom, because the fuel consumption is measured in miles per gallon in the quote that the salesman gave us. We need to have miles on top, gallons on bottom for our friend's fuel consumption. All right, so we want to figure out about what is this equal to. Okay, and so we'll take 230 divided by 4.7. But remember that whenever you have a decimal in your divisor, or the number you're dividing by, you must get rid of that decimal in order to perform the division. So what we need to do here is move the decimal in the divisor one to the right, but you're only allowed to do that if you also move the decimal that's hiding out after the 0 here one to the right in the dividend. And so move the decimal 1 to the right in 4.7 to make it 47. Move it 1 to the right in 230 to make it 2300. And after I move my decimal, I usually like to go ahead and just rewrite the whole problem. So what I have here is 2300 divided by 47. All right. So of course 47 doesn't go into 23. So we have to look at 47 goes into 230. Well, 50 goes into 230 4 times, right? 4 times 50 is 200. So I think that's a pretty decent guess for how many times 47 goes into 230. 4 times 7 is 28. And then 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. So we have 230 minus 188. And I'll do a little borrowing here. So 10, borrow from the 3. We have a 2 there. Got to borrow from the 2 in the hundreds place to make that a 12. So now finally we can do our subtracting. So 10 minus 8 is 2, 12 minus 8 is 4, and so we just have 42. We drop our 0 down, and let's see, 47 goes into 420 how many times? Well, 50 goes into 420 8 times, right? Because 50 times 8 would be 400. So I think that's a decent guess here. So 8 times 47, I'm just going to do that right over here. 8 times 7 is 56, carry our 5, 32 plus 5 is 37. So we have 376, and we got to do some borrowing again here. So make that a 10, make that a 1, but then of course we're going to have to borrow 1 from there to make that an 11. So we end up with 10 minus 6 is 4, 11 minus 7 is 4, 3 minus 3 is 0. So we have a remainder of 44. And we're to the end here, and really we can already tell kind of what's going on here, right? We've got 48 miles per gallon here about, and 55, so we can tell our friend's not getting as good of gas mileage as the salesman is saying that we would get if we bought the car. Just to finish this out, let's go to one more decimal place so that we can know whether to round this up to a 9 or leave it as an 8. So 47 goes into 440. That's going to happen 9 times. So 47 times 9, 63. We have, so 423. Okay. So since this is a 9, I'm clearly going to bump this up to a 9. So we'll say that 230 miles every 4.7 gallons is about 49 miles per gallon. So we can definitely see that our friend is not getting as good of gas mileage as the salesman says, but obviously gas mileage depends upon how you drive the car. And maybe our friend drives the car a little bit harder, accelerates a little faster than maybe we would, and so maybe we would realize this 55 miles per gallon. But at the very least, it should give us some other good information to decide whether we want to purchase this car or not.